very, very good freshmen.
Yep, and one of them we're going to see right away, Bella Duncan, who on the first pitch of the game in the win over Miami in that 3-seed versus 6-seed battle, a single right back up the box to center field for a base hit. She's going to have a challenge cut out for her. One of the better pitchers in this conference, Madison Carlson, gets the ball for the Huskies.
So it's Duncan, Ty, Jordan Smith, Emily Lampella, Niles, O'Brien, Head, Herman, and Malarsic, the batting order. And Carlson gets a foul tip. Strike one. You mentioned Carlson. Lost one game, last game of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if Presley Hosick ended up winning Pitcher of the Year for Miami, Carlson likely was the runner-up to that. The only downgrade that she doesn't have much of is really the strikeout numbers are a little bit lower, just at 69, 30 walks, but she induces a lot of soft contact and faces a young but hot Western Michigan lineup that has a lot of confidence from yesterday's win.
She's pitched twice against Western, and there's an appeal. It is a ball. Got a win. Went a complete game. Her 10th win of the year, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits in a 7-2 win by Northern Illinois. Now, they did score 4 in the 7th to win that, and then roughed up a little bit in relief in that same series. Fouled away 2-2. Went 3 2/3, gave up a couple of runs, 5 hits.
And I think that's just a matter of the second time seeing her. And we'll talk about some positive results, not only Carlson against Western Michigan, but Hannah Potts, who we're going to see another freshman in the circle for Western Michigan against NIU.
So here's the 2-2. And that one in on the fist. And a nice job to run it down by the first baseman, Kayla Estrada. So Bella Duncan retired on the pop out to the first baseman, brings up Caitlin Ty. Ty also had a home run in that first round win. And a lot of power, a lot of gap power for the 2-hole hitter. Good off-speed pitch, strike one.
12-game hitting streak for Caitlin Ty. She arguably has the hottest bat in the Mid-American Conference right now, and I talked about her approach yesterday. Very right-center oriented. She can drive the ball.
In the air again, Estrada again. So 2 foul ball outs to the first baseman for Carlson, and Maddie Carlson getting in on the hands.
That's what you got to do, right? She's very good at making hitters get underneath the ball, whether it's with a rise ball or in on the hands. And then if she's able to do that the first time through, then she'll probably open up to more of the outer half of the plate.
First 2 retired. That brings Jordan Smith in the box. Takes down low, ball 1.
Smith had a couple of great at-bats yesterday. 12-pitch at-bats, smoked a double to left center field.
That one in the dirt. 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Smith 3 for 4 in that first round win. Draws a walk.
Well, she doesn't walk many, although she walked 3 5 2/3 in her last appearance of the regular season against Toledo. Had 5 walks earlier this year against Kent State, also against Buffalo. But an opportunity for Lampella. She also showed an ability, and I'll talk about this through the 1 through 4 hitters. They can really drive the ball, and you're noticing Carlson's pitching backwards a little bit. She's going to start with that curveball a lot of times, and then she might go with the rise ball as her finish pitch.
Yeah, they put together really good at-bats against Presley Hosick early in that win over Miami. 1-1.
You'll also see the changeup from her, but primarily, you know, the rise ball a lot of times is going to be there. Carlson doesn't give up a ton of home runs, just 11 all year long. So it's that curveball and change. If that is working, Madison Carlson's going to have a good start.
Off the plate, 2-1 the count. Lampella swings through it, 2-2, couldn't catch up.
Best hitter on the team this year, you could argue. That just misses.
Count goes full, 3-2. 2 out, top of the first. Hit into left center, going back. Ramage, and it's off the wall. Rounding third, heading home is Smith. She slides, she's safe. Got the hand in. A double by Lampella. Plates a run with 2 outs for the Broncos.
Well, Lampella has the most hits out of anyone in this tournament so far. That's her 4th hit after going 3 for 4 yesterday. Gap to gap power. Kind of just golfs this one out there. And what she does, she sits back in the off-speed pitch. She saw that early in the at-bat, and a close play at home. Good relay.
Nice slide.
Oh, what a slide over the top with that right hand of the catcher, Riley Hartman. That is gorgeous.
And you're allowed to do that when you slide away and reach back like Jordan Smith just did. So an RBI double for Lampella brings Annalise Niles to the plate. Still a runner in scoring position.
Niles also a couple hits yesterday, but came on strong. Couple hits in her last 2 ABs.
5-run 5th for the Broncos. Opened up that game, allowed them to advance. 1-1 the count.
Dave, they were playing yesterday like they had nothing to lose, right? Mm-hmm. Part of what Marley Wilson told us, and we mentioned this yesterday, one of the things that she's really excited about, other than the bottom of the 7th, is that they get to hit first and set the tone. Both times they have done that.
Out of the zone, 2-1. Should be excited about the freshman recruiting class she brought in with her 2 pitchers and
A+.
and Bella Duncan. 5-star recruiting class for the Broncos. 2-1. 3-1. Good at bat going for Annalise Niles. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to it. Carlson has it full.
Veteran pitcher. She's not going to get phased too much. First game of the tournament. Just trying to hold them to 1 here.
The 3-2. Pounded into the ground. Morera at third. Fields it. Throws over to first. Side retired. But an RBI double by Lampella puts the Broncos on the board. Western Michigan 1. Northern Illinois coming to the plate. Welcome back to Firestone Stadium. Bottom of the first, the 2 seed. Northern Illinois, it'll be Turner, Hannah, Stewart, Estrada, Hartman, Powell, Ramage, Morera, and Nance batting ninth. Facing Hannah Potts, the second freshman that will get a start here. Potts went 7 innings against Northern Illinois, 1 earned run in a loss, gave up 2, 1 earned, and Turner fouls it back. Came back the next day, went 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs in a win. 14 innings, 1 earned run against the Huskies. Now we know why the other freshman is getting the start here.
And I think that was kind of the plan, knowing that no matter what, if Western won, they were going to play NIU. Her ability to pound the strike zone. She leads the MAC in strikeouts, a little bit higher of a velocity thrower than her freshman counterpart, Ava Geyer. And you want to talk about confidence. I know she's on a bigger stage, but she's dominated this lineup twice.
0-2, she's ahead to the leadoff hitter, Jenna Turner. Puts it in play, shortstop, tied, throws, got her. Nice play by the shortstop, good strong arm.
Awfully close. I think, see if NIU wants to take a look at this as Turner's going to stay at first. Now she'll walk back.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Uses that orange bag, which I think is a welcome addition. Great throw by Ty. I've been really impressed by her, not only her approach at the plate, but really strong arm. And how about this, Dave? No one in right field and 5 infielders.
Strike 1 to Izzy Hannah. Well, they've seen him.
Hannah has 3 extra base hits all year.
She looks like she's a slap hitter. And she's still trying to fit it in there, so 1-1 the count.
They move in Lampella from center to around usually where second base is, and Malarczyk, I'm pretty sure, is now positioned in center. But even with a lot of slap hitters, this is still funky.
It is. I'm guessing they're going to pitch her away. And there's a ground ball handled, and it's Ty again. Tell you what, Ty has got a cannon.
She does, but look exactly, this shift works perfectly. If they don't have 3 infielders on the left side, this is probably going to be a backhand where Caitlin Ty is usually positioned, and they're going to have no chance to get the speedy Hannah. So she snares it with her leather. Another strike to first. Sometimes it might look a little funky, but that worked to perfection. Great shift.
2 outs. And that brings up Dee Stewart. And Dee Stewart, you looked at the numbers, and it's mind-numbing. She has struck out 9 times in 127 at-bats. She's a .449 hitter, and she slugs over .750. And she hits one deep to left field, and it is run down out there. Riley O'Brien makes the catch. Side retired in order, 3 up and 3 down. Western Michigan leads 1-0 as we head to the second. Going back to Firestone Stadium, top of the second. 6, 7, and 8 in the Broncos batting order due up. Riley O'Brien, Tristan Head, Hannah Herman, 1-0 lead for the lower seed. Out into left field, and no problem at all for Izzy Hannah. 1 pitch, 1 out, second inning.
This is a part of the order that Carlson needs to dominate. At least 7 through 9, but specifically more 6 through 9. Statistically, it's one of the weaker hitting groups in this tournament. And you understand Western Michigan is the 6th seed. But it took 1 inning that was started by them in that 5-run 5th to get going. And the good thing is for them, like a lot of pitchers in this tournament, they have seen Carlson extensively.
Tristan Head, the batter. 1-1. Head 1 for 2, a couple of walks, so she was on base 3 times.
Yeah, it did not look like a 202 hitter.
Carlson's 1-1, fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away for Tristan Head. Out of the zone up high, 2-2.
Carlson does use all 4 quadrants. High, low, inside, outside. Going to the outside corner.
Swing and a miss, she strikes out. Tristan Head, first 2 retired in the second.
Right on cue, and here's something that Tristan Head's is beautiful pitch. Head's got to go the other way with that. Looked a little on the pull side there. Is that Marley Wilson told us that our hitters got to be communicating with each other from at bat to at bat. You just saw Tristan Head talking to Hannah Herman, who's up right now. She said that actually really helps for our hitters. Tell me, hey, what are you seeing? We talked about that with Miami yesterday, but it translated specifically. You saw that a couple times. Just some pauses and conferences, teammate to teammate, in that 5-run 5th for the Broncos, and made the Red Hawks pay.
Yeah, you see the run that that ball has horizontally, and in on the hands, and Marrero will grab it. 3 up, 3 down in the second inning for Maddie Carlson. We head to the bottom of the second. 1-0, Western Michigan leading. Firestone Stadium, downtown Akron. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Huskies. Kayla Estrada, Riley Hartman, Alana Powell facing Hannah Potts. Potts misses, up high, ball 1. 2-0.
Getting ahead early is going to be big for Potts. She's kind of resolved some of her walk issues, and it's a clash of styles. Dave, Hannah Potts leads the Mid-American Conference in strikeouts. The team that strikes out the least is Northern Illinois.
3-0.
He's going to want that pitch, and Tristan Head's going to try and talk to her young pitcher early. Estrada in the 2 games against Potts, where she completed all 7 innings, a combined 0 for 5.
Potts falls behind the leadoff hitter here in the second. 3 balls. Three and 1.
That's the one, right? You got to lead. It's a high velocity pitch. Force the Huskies to catch up to it, because in the 2 games you pitched against them, they did not.
Out into right center. Malarczyk will run it down. Megan Malarczyk, no problem. 1 out. So a nice job of rebounding with the leadoff hitter here in the second. Riley Hartman.
Smooth lefty out there in Rinus Malarczyk.
Made a couple of nice running catches in the first round win over Miami. Strike 1 for Potts.
Hartman in conference play, hitting .408. Riding a nice little 4-game hitting streak coming into this tournament. 2 of those games, multiple hits.
Foul ball. Potts ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Potts delivers in the air, playable. Potts will grab it for the second out.
Pitchers love that. The ones that catch them, a lot of them take some pride in it, because usually their first baseman or third baseman or their catcher, someone's going to call them off, but Potts was the loudest one there, and she made the catch.
Alana Powell steps in with 2 outs.
Powell was a good player in last year's MAC tournament for the 6-seed Huskies.
The 1-0. Can't catch up. 1-1.
Coming off a 4-for-4 game with 3 doubles, 3 runs scored in the regular season finale over Toledo.
Just off the plate outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Maybe an inch or 2 if she's going to get that call. Then it would be a long afternoon for Northern Illinois. Jay Motter is behind home plate.
Fouled back. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Perfect pitch, right? Looks like it's going to be a little bit below the letters. Has that late rise movement, and now she's got some options. She's missed the outside corner a couple of times, but I hope that doesn't discourage her from going back there, because she was just off the plate.
The 2-2.
Just.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah. Just a bit high.
That says don't lean in too much. Inside part of the plate's mine. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sharp contact. Right at the center fielder, Lampella. 3 up and 3 down. First 6 retired by Western Michigan. We head to the top of the 3rd. Broncos lead 1-0. downtown Akron. Top of the third inning, second round, Mid-American Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Western Michigan with a 1-0 lead, and they will have 9-1 and 2. Megan Malarczyk, Bella Duncan, Caitlin Ty facing Maddie Carlson. Ball one.
Something Northern Illinois does in between innings. Kind of have their whole bench empty down the left field line. They're by the third base side. Everyone kind of staying loose.
Keeps everybody in it.
I understand the line of thought because you might need some of these players, whether it's for being a pinch runner or a pinch hitter later in the game. And sometimes it's really difficult if you're sitting in the dugout. It's chilly.
Yeah, it looks different. We were talking about that in the break. Nice play defensively. It's a fair ball. They say it hit the ground. I thought she might have come up with it.
I think she may have come up with it first and then it hit the ground.
That was
not
Marrera.
there.
Okay, yeah, it came out.
Yep.
So a base hit.
Malarczyk has had a couple infield hits. She can run.
Well, now you got Bella Duncan. Popped out to the first baseman, but has hit the ball well in the first round game. Ball one.
It shows what Coach Wilson thinks of Bella Duncan and swinging away, because in a lot of situations here, she would tell whoever's at the plate to show bunt.
1-1. Well, my guess is she's going to try to hit the ball the right side, so you get the opportunity to hit it. But if she gets the runner to second base, it's a win-win. You have the opportunity to drive it, and now she's going to bunt it. Foul.
Seen a couple of those where, and I think a lot of that, whether it's bunting in the air, yes, it could be late movement, but if the bat is not far enough out over the plate,
right,
the softball takes control of the bat instead of the bat taking control of the softball and putting it down toward the turf.
I think she saw the first baseman, Estrada, playing back and decided to do that on her own. In the air, center fielder Ramage will grab it. First out.
It's a little bit late movement in on the hands. Duncan's been jammed a couple of times.
Caitlin Ty also popped out foul territory to the first baseman in her first at bat. Going to put the shin guard on to protect against fouling one off her front foot. 1 out, 1 on, third inning. Other way, foul.
Just a little bit quicker there. But quite frankly, with how Carlson locates with the quadrants around the plate, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a better pitch to hit than that one. Would be surprised, rather.
1-1 the count. This is up high. Well, we've seen her homer to right center. So she lets the ball get in on her and will hit it the other way. She also turn on one. That one's going to be foul. One and two now the count.
Took something off that, did Carlson. And I think Ty was late on that first pitch rise ball. Sent it out to right field. Sped herself up a little bit. Now she's early on the off speed.
Carlson's 1-2. Off the plate, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, it seemed like she just got her foot down a little bit late on that first swing. Got her foot down, or has gotten her foot down, that front foot, much earlier.
Two balls and two strikes the count. Count goes full, 3-2.
Kind of two uncompetitive pitches, uncharacteristic there from Carlson, not even close. See if she can bounce back.
Ty drives one to right center. And the center fielder goes over. Ramage will grab it. Second out of this third inning. Gave it a ride, but plenty of room in the park for Ramage to catch it.
Cut a little bit of the middle of the plate, but it was just on the outer half. Pretty good pitch. With Ty's approach, she can still hit that ball pretty well. However, it goes off the end of the bat and it settles into Ramage's glove.
Brings up Jordan Smith. Walked in the first inning and scored the game's lone run so far. Outside corner, strike one.
She didn't get anything to hit first time around. But she's a hitter that saw a lot of pitches yesterday, and it proved to her success.
Now ahead, no balls and 2 strikes as Carlson has gotten the first 2, will now expand the zone a little bit. Out into right, and that's going to drop in. Diving attempt by Nance, couldn't come up with it. Good base running. Is Malarczyk going the whole way, will end up at third without any problem.
This is just because Nance, she's almost on the track when she starts. It's a good effort right off her glove. Turner does a great job getting out there, even though she wasn't even positioned close to there. Holds Malarczyk over at third. Smith has a lot of power, but now you get into a tough spot. Lampella already with an RBI double, a chance to tack on to this Bronco lead.
Doubled in the first that scored Smith. It's just a nice job of Smith to get a piece of that and serve it out into right. Ties her up. Strike one.
4 hits, most of any player in this MAC championship so far. First extra base hit though last time.
That time, Lampella does not chase. 1-1. Carlson delivers off the plate outside. 2-1.
What I've been impressed with Lampella is her ability to adjust to multiple pitches. I think she's had 2 of her hits on off-speed pitches and 2 of her hits on a couple rise balls.
The 2-1. Fouled back. Count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. RBI opportunity for Lampella, trying to tack a run or 2 on here in the third. Off the plate, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Jay Motter has not given her that call this inning at least, and he's been pretty tight with it on that outside corner, even with Hannah Potts. Got Niles on deck if the bases get juiced.
Payoff pitch, foul ball. Do it again.
It's a tough spot for Carlson because she already got her off-speed pitch once into the gap in left center field. Granted, that was elevated, but I would say you try and go the same out pitch you threw to Ty. A riser kind of on that outer half that you just missed on, trying to do some soft contact.
That one's going to be a base hit. Malarczyk scores, and holding up is Smith at second, but an RBI single for Lampella, and she has both runs batted in.
She does, and this just catches too much of the plate for Lampella. Rockets it into left center. Malarczyk, a fiery player. She's revved up 2-0 Western Michigan, and Niles with a chance to tack on. We're going to get a pinch hitter. Nope, no we're not. There's a conversation.
Pinch runner. So
Oh, yeah.
going into run will be Corinne Martz. Martz will run for Jordan Smith.
Was a pinch runner yesterday, the 5-run top of the 5th.
Niles, who grounded out to the third baseman, steps in, takes ball 1.
It just put pressure on you, right? It's not anything crazy, but they put the ball in play, they work counts, and they capitalize when the ball is over the middle of the plate.
Pretty good contact as well. 2-0.
Zone is tight. Very hitter friendly.
In the air, Estrada, the first baseman, will grab it, and the side is retired. But Broncos able to tack another run on the board. We go to the bottom of the third, Western Michigan. 2-0 lead, Lampella, a couple of RBIs. Firestone Stadium. Bottom third of the order due up for Northern Illinois. The 2 seed trailing Western Michigan. Ground ball, shortstop. Handles it and safe. Ramage able to beat it out. As a nice job going back in the hole by Ty, and that time not even her strong arm could get the out.
You mentioned it, Dave, back in the hole, right? So she can't get her momentum going forward despite her strong arm, and that is Ramage's second hit against Potts. And she's safe.
Yep. Foot came off too, I think. First base hit. First base runner for the Huskies here to lead off the third. Morera gets the bunt down, and it is handled by Herman, who gets the out at first.
Well done. Well executed on all
Yep.
ends, right?
Take the out. So now, runner in scoring position for the 9-hitter, Leah Nance. A good bunt by Mia Morera. Strike 1. Ramage on at second. Top of the order to follow. And it was a ball, so it's 1-0 the count. Potts delivers. Off the plate, 2-0.
So Nance is more of a slap hitter as well. But I think I'd be interested to see if Western brings maybe 5 infielders in with a runner on base. Without any runners on base if Nance comes to the plate. But you have that runner on second, so I think you keep it standard defense.
2-1 the count. Potts delivers. Foul back. 2-2.
As I said earlier, even though that outer half of the plate to both righties and lefties hasn't been friendly to pitchers, hitters have to stick with it. Both of these teams are too good hitting-wise, and specifically what Western has shown to go over the middle of the plate. And when you have, Broncos have hurt you.
Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout. Potts fell behind 2-0. 3 straight strikes.
That's what I'm talking about, right? This is out of the zone, but with 2 strikes, you're just trying to protect, and with Potts' velocity, it just gets by her. First strikeout for her.
Leadoff hitter now, Jenna Turner, who grounded out to the shortstop. Nice play by Ty in the first. Ball 1. RBI opportunity for Turner here. Trying to get the Huskies on the board. Two 2-0. Thrown behind and pretty good throw. Ramage dives back, but Tristan Head right on the bag.
You always want to be careful with that, but Head has done that now 3 times in this tournament. She feels very confident with it, trusts with her middle infielders.
Here's the 2-0. Outside corner, 2-1. What your hope is, if you're Tristan Head and coach, you save a step or 2 with the ability to try to score on a single. If you keep her a step closer to the bag, you give your fielders a chance to potentially get an out at the plate. Ground ball. Potts handles it and does the job defensively. So a leadoff single, but no damage done. Western Michigan leading 2-0 as we head to the 4th. Top of the 4th, 2-0. Western Michigan leads, and Marley Wilson, head coach for the Broncos, has to be happy. You see the thumbnail there, but she's got 3 really good freshmen that you can build a program around.
Yeah, and you hope in the days of, ever-changing teams, that they're able to stick around, and they have made quite the impact for Western Michigan, and we're already seeing what Ava Geyer did yesterday and Hannah Potts today.
Bella Duncan as well. That would be the 3rd of the 3.
Oh, yeah, in the lineup. And here's something for Carlson. Great pitcher, but it's a little bit more of an added pressure on you holding the Western Michigan offense, especially the next couple of innings.
Riley O'Brien, ground ball handled by Turner, throws over to first for the out.
Nice play by Turner there, but is that in now 17 innings of work for Hannah Potts against the Northern Illinois offense, she's given up 1 earned run. And a couple of hard hit balls, but they're already a little bit through the second time through, and it looks a lot of the same as it did in the first couple of matchups.
Tristan Head now the batter, fouled back.
And the thing with Potts is that she's locating, right? She's not out of control. She hasn't lost. She's been able to harness the strike zone the whole way. There's still a ways to go, but a lot of positive signs for the Broncos in the early going.
The 0-1. Foul back again. No balls, 2 strikes. Carlson's done a good job of getting ahead. It's been a walk to Smith, and Lampella has come up with a couple of big hits.
Yeah.
Cold strike 3 inside, dotted the corner for the strikeout.
Well, I think we found out how Jay Motter's going to call this game. He's given more of the inside corner to these pitchers, and Carlson gets this call. I think that does clip the inside corner, but also in relatively how close is Tristan Head to the plate.
The other thing is that has some movement on it. In on the fist, and a nice play by Estrada to get the out. 3 up and 3 down in the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 Western Michigan leading Northern Illinois. Stadium, sun is out, it is cool, and Western Michigan has 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 4th inning for Northern Illinois. A good look at Catherine Gleason, has done a really nice job with the Huskies.
She has, right? She had them in the tournament last year, won that first game over Central Michigan, similar to how Western Michigan did it yesterday. And now has them with a first-round bye, right?
Yep.
One of the best pitchers in the league, and they can turn this thing around here against a young pitcher. They can be right in the winner's bracket.
Sosh played for Michigan. That is an elite Big Ten softball program. On the ground, that's going to be the second baseman, Bella Duncan, who goes over quickly to retire Izzy Hanna, 4-3 on the ground. To the second baseman playing on the shortstop side of second base.
And that's some analytics working right there, because right, the first one was to tie from where they're playing right now. That squirts through the left side, and that one maybe gets to the left to tie with how hard it was hit. So you understand why Hannah has so many hits when defenses play her straight up.
Dee Stewart fouls it away, strike 1. Stewart, just an impressive hitter. 449, 764 slugging percentage, 127 at-bats, just 9 strikeouts. And Coach Gleason said she's just a professional hitter. The approach is consistent, and she hits it hard. Right at the third baseman, fielded, no problem at all for Hannah Herman. First 2 are retired on groundouts.
It's interesting. Stewart's over her last 6 in the last 2 games. Just kind of got on top of one. Good movement there from Potts. And now she faces Estrada, but pitch count's in great shape. It looks like NIU was proving that Potts' strikeout ability isn't going to bother them, but not a lot of hard contact.
No, and you know, it's pretty evenly distributed between 4 fly balls, 4 ground out, 5 ground outs, strikeout, fielder's choice. Estrada takes outside 2-0. Estrada flew out to the right fielder in her first at bat. It's the other important thing. Potts has not walked anybody. 3-0.
Well, she was behind 3-0
Yeah.
to Estrada last time.
That's fair.
And that's, again, 0 for 6 combined in the 3 games now against Potts. Sometimes it's just certain hitters.
Well, and corner, strike 1. The thing is, you've got some really good hitters in this lineup. If you make them hit, you're minimizing the damage immediately. You know, hit by pitches and walks are free base runners, and there's the first one of the game for Potts. Comes with 2 outs.
One swing of the bat can change things. Now Riley Hartman only has 1 homer on the year.
Popped out to the pitcher in the second inning.
Now, in the first complete game, Potts did have 5 walks, as we're going to get a pinch runner here.
Yeah, coming in to run will be Mallory Wollenman.
And for Potts, it seems like in a lot of her starts, the walks come in bunches.
Yeah, it could be. You could lose your release point. A lot of things that happen. That one is in the air, left field. O'Brien going to run out of ballpark. Foul ball.
O'Brien had a greeting with the left field wall yesterday.
I think she was thinking, if that wasn't there, I would have caught that.
Certainly not scared of it.
Potts gets ahead, strike 1, and now we're going to get a visit to the circle. This is a pretty good job by Hartman to get the bat head out.
Yeah,
and turn on that. That might have. So there's something mechanically that they did, because you can see
concerned me for a little bit.
They're kind of gesturing.
I think that pitch was not even close to where it was supposed to be. And what do you want to bet? You know, Morgan Vandermoor said, let's hope she doesn't do that again. Let's fix that quickly. And she walked the previous hitter, so getting ahead of what could happen. And I understand that, even though Potts has been nearly flawless today.
0-1 the count. In the air, right field. Malarczyk grabs it, side retired around the walk. We head to the top of the 5th, 2-0. Western Michigan with the lead. Back at Firestone Stadium, top of the 5th inning. The Broncos trying to tack on to their 2-run lead on the 2nd seed Northern Illinois. 9-1-2. Due up for the Broncos, Megan Malarczyk. Fouled back off the screen, strike 1. Singleton scored in the 3rd.
Fiery hitter, kind of that second leadoff hitter, so to say. Hasn't had as good of a season as Duncan had, but I like her being aggressive early.
Trying to find a way to dump it into left field.
It's usually what she has done, right?
Yep.
2 singles have gone in the infield to the left side. She's got that left center field gap open. And Powell is very close.
Yeah, even the shortstop is cheating over towards 3rd. Called strike 3. Carlson hits the corner. Strikeout as the leadoff hitter.
Just clipped it. I'm not sure if this is a call that has been given a ton today, but it is given right there, and Malarczyk goes down looking. At least in this game, I would say.
Yeah, it had some run to it. That brings up Bella Duncan. Ball 1. Duncan fouled out to the first baseman, flew out to the center fielder.
And it's a conversation where I'm glad, as you see, even all the way up in baseball at the major league level, you see catcher framing still matters, and that was a great job framing it behind home plate.
Hard hit right at the third baseman. Morera grabs it. Mia Morera all over it. 2 outs in the 5th. Turned on it.
Good reflexes.
Yep. You're ready for that as a third baseman.
You have to be.
Caitlin Ty has also popped out, fouled to the first baseman, flown out to center. That one is hit. Left center, gone, home run. Caitlin Ty turns on it and hits a 2-out home run here in the 5th.
13-game hitting streak for Caitlin Ty. Got one up in the zone early in the count. Knew exactly what to do with it. Hottest hitter in the league right now.
Had a home run to the right center field gap yesterday, left center field gap this time. And she just turned on it and great contact.
I think Carlson took a little bit off that, and that's that right center field approach to where you can get around but still wait on it. So if it's an off-speed pitch, you're going to pull it to the left center field gap. She deposits it over the wall. Another huge run to support her freshman pitcher, Potts.
3-0, Western Michigan now leading. Jordan Smith walked and scored in a single. Estrada will grab it in foul ground. Side is retired. But Western Michigan tacks on another on the solo home run by Caitlin Ty. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 3-0, Western Michigan with the lead. Northern Illinois fans looking for some offense. Down 3-0, bottom of the fifth. Powell, Ramage, and Morera. Strike one by Hannah Potts. Potts, for the most part, has gotten ahead.
Yep, and with Powell, she's got some power. Not sure down 3 if I love that decision. Maybe thinking bunt.
Ground ball pounded into the ground. That's going to be a base hit. Yeah, a nice job to go get that defensively by Jordan Smith.
That's got to be Duncan's ball.
Yeah, or the catcher. Somebody has to be at first.
And I think if Smith is going to get that, I think Potts needs to be over there.
Yeah. Well, right now you're not doing anything.
Duncan can't control anything once she can't get to the bag. That probably should be her ball.
But if you're, off the plate ball one, if you're Jordan Smith, you got to go get the ball. You can't assume Duncan's going to be there.
Yep. That's where Potts could potentially come into play.
Ball one. 2-0. Infield base hit for Powell, second hit of the game.
Head's got a good arm. Threw someone out yesterday. 8 for 8 though on stolen bases is Powell.
Ramage takes ball 3. So now Potts, runner at first behind, 3 balls, no strikes. And Tristan Head will go into the circle to talk to the pitcher. Saw this a little earlier in the game, and it did calm down Hannah Potts.
Second time Northern Illinois has gotten the leadoff runner on. It was Ramage who had that single. She does have the bottom of the order coming up.
Both infield singles, too.
Yeah, I think only a couple balls hit well to the outfield. Stewart just got under one in the first, and Powell had a line out to center.
Huskies trying to get their offense rolling here in the fifth. Strike one, 3-1.
And that's the one, right? You got a 3-run lead, so one swing of the bat does not tie it. Why don't you challenge her here? Ramage has some power, but she's been pitching well all game.
That's a base hit in the gap. Powell round second, head to third. Powell will score without any problem. Double by Ramage, plates the first run for Northern Illinois.
Well, you challenged her, and Ramage made you pay. That's the best hit ball we've seen all day for Northern Illinois. 3-1, dead red, times it up. Left center field gap, and is that the swing that ignites this Northern Illinois offense to come back into this one? It's a 2-run game.
Nobody out. And after Potts, it's all about minimize the damage.
I could see Morera already 1 sack bunt today. Does she try for a second?
In the air. Gonna fall foul. Malarczyk was shaded over towards center. Couldn't quite chase it down.
Good effort. Morera did have that sack bunt, but a little bit of power. 5 homers, 4 doubles, 2 triples. She can get into one.
Off the plate, 1-1. Now they're playing Morera pretty deep in center field. That one bounces in.
Good block by Head. And the thing is, I mentioned she's got a little bit of power. Potts has given up 17 homers this year, and that if you run into one of those rise balls, right, a lot of times her velocity is going to do the work for you if you elevate it enough.
The 2-1. Base hit out into left field, and they'll have to hold Ramage at third. A nice job coming up with it by Riley O'Brien. First and third.
And now we are going to get, it looks like, a pinch hitter for Leah Nance.
Kara Carruthers has a bat in her hand.
Had a hit in the regular season finale against Toledo. Would be only her 20th at-bat of the season. Has 4 hits. However, 2 of them have come within the last 5 games, including one on April 25th against Hannah Potts in a pinch hitting situation. So you like the button Coach Gleason is pressing here.
So the Huskies bench with the "Who Let the Dogs Out" chant. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Carruthers pinch hitting. Strike one.
Got a lot of playing time as a freshman in 2023, but has played intermittently the last 3 years.
The 0-1. Misses off the plate, 1-1.
Does not have a home run in her career. 10 extra base hits.
Potts delivers in the air, left field. O'Brien grabs it. And coming in to score will be Katie Ramage. And it is now a 3-2 game. Carruthers does her job, gets the run in from third. So now 3-2 with 1 out. Runner still at first in Morera. And the leadoff hitter, Jenna Turner, stepping in. Fouled away, strike one.
That's why that home run by Ty is so important, as the out calm Potts down a little bit. Northern Illinois just seems to have a better approach, a lot of these hitters, the second time through. They're looking for one pitch and they're getting it. And I will also say is that Potts has been a little bit more off the corner and much more over the middle of the plate, specifically to Ramage and Morera.
Well, to your point, 3 hits in this inning, 5 hits total.
And that's the type of pitch, though, right? Locating on the outer half. Turner's a tough hitter to put away, but that's where you want to locate it.
Oh-2 now the count to Turner. Foul ball.
Pay attention, everyone.
Never want to be looking down at your phone while you're down the left field line. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Potts trying to work around some issues in the bottom of the 5th. Already 2 in. Left field, O'Brien makes the catch in foul territory, and they get the ball in quickly. Second out of the inning.
Turner was very committed to going to left field, but was just unable to hit it on a line. O'Brien does a nice job out there in left, and even with a runner on base, and we're not even going to see Hannah. The shift clearly had worked.
Jalen Brister will pinch hit. Now 2 outs and a runner on first. Head throws behind the runner, and Morera gets back without any trouble. Strike 1 to the pinch hitter, Brister.
Brister was a pinch hitter
Swings through it, 0-2.
in last season's MAC tournament in the first game against Central Michigan. And the lone home run of her career came in that pinch hit appearance here at Firestone Stadium.
Here's the 0-2 by Potts. Hit the other way. Going back and running it down. Going into the fence. Malarczyk, a nice play defensively. And the side is retired. But the Huskies put 2 on the board. We head to the 6th. 3-2. Leading. And a nice catch by Malarczyk. Top of the 6th inning, and we have a new pitcher in the circle for the Northern Illinois Huskies, Taylor Mackin. And you see 3-2 record, 4.20 ERA. Walks are a little bit of a concern.
Hasn't walked anyone in her last 2 appearances. 14 strikeouts, 4.20 ERA, 14th appearance of the year for the sophomore from the state of Illinois, but has not pitched against the Broncos this year, so maybe a new look.
Emily Lampella doubled in the first, singled in the third. RBIs on both of those hits, 2 RBIs. Outside corner, 1-1. Lampella, Niles, and O'Brien due up. Off the plate, 2-1.
Can you get her out is the question. She's been the toughest hitter to get out in this tournament. So locked in. 4 singles and a double.
The 2-1, ground ball. Morera grabs it, throws over to first, and Lampella retired to start the 6th.
Our next batter, number 32, designated player, Anna Niles.
Annalise Niles, the designated player, steps in. Ball 1, grounded out to third, popped out to the first baseman, 0 for 2.
Mackin has given up at least 3 hits in her last 5 appearances. Did go 5 against Bowling Green. 5 starts.
In the air, that one's going to drop in. Base hit by Niles with 1 out in the 6th.
First hit of the game for Niles. What I was going to say about Mackin is that she relatively keeps the ball in the park. Opponent's only hitting .275. 3 home runs given up.
brings up Riley O'Brien, and we'll get a pinch runner. Haley Smith will pinch run. Western trying to tack on a run. Inside corner. Strike one.
When you get this late in the season, I do think it is advantageous if Mackin can come in, mix speeds, throw strikes, if you haven't seen a pitcher before. And that's where NIU is going.
Off the plate inside.
Not very different from that previous pitch. Brian's 0 for 2.
Mackin's 1-1. Changeup drops in.
That's nice.
1-2. Ahead in the count.
It's because you prepare for Carlson, you prepare for maybe Lily Castle, but Northern Illinois has at least 5 pitchers that have thrown 13 times.
Base hit out into right field. Good hustle as the pinch runner, Smith, had to hold up and make sure it was going to be in, able to get into second. Back-to-back singles. Runner in scoring position now for Tristan Head.
That makes a difference right there, is that Smith reads it well. And
we're going to get a pinch hitter. Jaden Merrill will pinch hit for Head. Head had struck out her previous 2 at-bats. RBI opportunity now for Merrill.
Merrill also a pitcher as well. Last hit, though, came on April 12th against Ball State. And that was a home run, a 3-run homer. Has 5 of them on the year. 5 of her 13 hits are home runs, and 7 of her 13 hits are extra base hits.
Outside, strike one. Are you saying she's a power hitter?
Uh-huh. That's what they might be looking for. Widen the lead a bit.
Runners at first and second and 1 out. 1-1. Broncos trying to get a run back after Northern Illinois tacked on a couple. Bottom of the 5th. 2-1. Way outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Merrill now gets to kind of pick a location, and if it isn't there, she can take it.
Go off speed here.
Here's the 3-1.
Nope.
Ball 4. Bases loaded. Hannah Herman due up.
Huge spot for Herman, who hasn't had a greatest season at the plate. Is 0 for 4 in this MAC tournament, but did score a run yesterday. It's what Western Michigan has done relatively well all year. Put the ball in play. Outfield is with the pitch runner and Smith. They're a little deep if they're going to gun her down, and there's also activity beyond the left field wall in the Northern Illinois bullpen.
Winner of this advances to face Akron in the winner's bracket final. If Western Illinois wins, Ohio, or if Western Michigan wins, Ohio has to come back
Correct.
and play. If Northern Illinois wins, Western Michigan has to come back and play.
Western Michigan, the lowest seed. They're trying to make sure they don't have to play an extra 7 or maybe even more. Big spot here for Hannah Herman. Would be a rematch of Ohio and Central Michigan if Western won.
Mackin delivers, bunt. It's foul.
Maybe thinking of what Central Michigan did yesterday, that's what resulted in a massive 4-run top of the 7th. They had their top 4 hitters. 3 of them laid down bunts, a couple of steal situations into some rundowns. Miami failed to defend it. Northern Illinois is 10th in the Mid-American Conference in fielding percentage, although their defenses look pretty good today.
The 0-1. Called strike 2. Mackin gets ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. And Herman's job, put the ball in play and get the runner in from third. Way outside, 1-2.
Not a bad spot. You got to be careful. The fast runner, pitch runner, and Haley Smith over at third.
Down low, 2-2.
The only downside of trying to stay low in the zone is that ball could potentially be hit on the ground. Herman did not start her career at Western Michigan. Was primarily a pinch runner in the Big Ten last year with Michigan State.
The 2-2, ground ball, coming home. They get the out at first, and they do not turn the double play. A nice job defensively by Morera to get the force at the plate. Megan Malarczyk.
What a catch she had in right field.
Also had a single in the third, single and strikeout in her first 2. At bats, takes ball 1. Trying to add on to this 1-run lead are the Broncos. They appeal, she didn't swing, 2-0.
With a hitter like Malarczyk that doesn't have a ton of pop, I'm usually against this philosophy, but do you wait until you see one here with the bases juice, knowing that a walk can get you in?
The 2-0. 2-1.
Seems like more of a left field approach for Malarczyk.
Swings through it, 2-2.
Big hack there. This would be massive if Mackin's able to navigate her way out of this, considering her offense is the one that provided the momentum in the previous inning.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Mackin strikes her out to end the threat. It remains 3-2. Western Michigan head to the bottom of the 6th. Stadium, bottom of the 6th. These are the conference leaders for offense. And Danielle Dee Stewart, best batting average, .449, and she will be the leadoff hitter for the Huskies here in the bottom of the 6th, down a run. Stewart, also a .764 slugging percentage, 7 homers, 15 runs batted in, and she doesn't strike out.
Nope. 0 for 2. And she just got under one in the first inning.
Flied out to left, grounded out to third. 1-1 the count.
For Potts, she can retire Stewart. I like her chances to finish this inning. Got your most powerful hitter.
Hard hit, knocked down by the third baseman, Herman, but Stewart on. That should be a hit. That was,
I think so. That was a rocket.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 4 of the 5 hits for NIU have come in the last 2 frames. And
yeah,
there's not much Herman can do. She would have had to come up with that clean, and she was playing back anyway.
I don't know that she would have been able to throw her out even if she came up with it clean. So that'll bring up Kayla Estrada. Shows bunt.
I don't know what it is. See how close Estrada is on the plate, but it's been Potts being unable to get ahead of her.
She might be worried about hitting her because her hands are out over the plate. Foul back. Trying to get the bunt down and get that tying run into scoring position. 1-1 is the count.
For reference, Estrada does not have a sacrifice bunt this year.
I'll tell you how important it is to get the runner over to second. Foul ball now down in the count, 1-2.
Give credit to NIU, right? Potts has dominated to an extent, but not in the way she usually does. They've only struck out once against the leader in the conference in strikeouts. They protect so well with 2 strikes. Tristan had a very deliberate catcher, always wants to make sure that everything's good to go with her defense and her pitcher.
Well, that's a pitch count. So they're kind of syncing up defensively with what they're doing with the pitch. 1-2, 2-2 now. Important for the infield defense. Ground ball, it's foul.
Off speed on back-to-back pitches. I think she wanted to right the ship there after one was spiked. But does she try and change the eye level and go rise ball above the zone? She just needs to make sure it doesn't sit middle because Estrada, 7 home runs, that's tied for the team lead.
Here's the 2-2. Other way, that's foul.
It is a clash of styles. We've talked about Potts getting a lot of strikeouts, NIU not striking out much. Well, the Huskies don't hit a lot of home runs. And Potts tends to give up a handful of them to some powerful teams.
Off-speed pitch, hit out to center, run down by Lampella. Stewart has to get back to first. Hit hard, but right at the center fielder.
Went back to the well with it off-speed, and yeah, a little unlucky there for NIU. You hit it on the screws if you're Estrada, but they are really starting to see her well the last 2 frames.
Good jump on the ball by Lampella, too. Brings up Riley Hartman. Popped out to the pitcher Potts, flew out to the right fielder. Ball 1. 2-0. Dangerous. I had said that. I said that yesterday. Not a fan of that in a close game, late in the game.
Especially potentially putting a runner in scoring position.
And a nice job by Smith to knock that down. Got it on her throwing hand, and that's the reason for the delay. They're looking at Smith's throwing hand.
Due up for Western Michigan will be the top of the order. This looks like Smith was originally waving off everyone. Looks like she's all right.
They want to make sure you can throw the ball if you need to. Grab it, throw it.
Four-game hitting streak on the line for Riley Hartman. She's 0 for 2.
Ahead in the count here, 2-0.
On deck is Powell, who has seen Potts pretty well today, but there seems to be limited action in the Western bullpen. This is Potts' game.
3-0. Strike one.
The last time she was in this situation, Potts that is, she got behind 3-0, dealt a strike, then went right after Katie Ramage, threw it right over the heart of the plate. She'd try and switch it up here.
Ground ball. Ty gets it to Duncan for the out. Nice hustle by Stewart. Make sure they can't turn two, but a nice play by Ty to get the lead runner.
Good hustle by Duncan to get over there in time. Stewart almost beat her to the bag. Because look how wide the infielders are compared to second base. Duncan just gets that foot in there. Ooh, just clipped the bag.
I was worried she was going to roll her ankle there. So Powell steps in, now 2 outs. And it's Hartman now on at first. Ball one.
Lack of getting ahead the last couple of innings has come back to hurt Potts a couple times. She's really been unable to do it in this inning. A couple of hard hit balls. Only all three of them. And we're going to get another conversation. Take a look at the pitching leaders in MAC regular season. Talked about it with strikeouts. Hannah Potts, and it impresses me that she's not striking a ton of hitters out, but she's almost through 6 innings of 2-run ball. So even when she's not getting her bread and butter, right, pitching to contact a little bit more, her pitch count's only at 82. Heading into the 5th, it was at 40-something, so she's really had to work the last couple of frames, but she's done a nice job, and now she's pitching under pressure here against Powell.
Mentioned Powell had the single and scored in the 5th. 2-0 now. She also flew out to center in the 2nd. The 2-0 in the air. O'Brien goes back, grabs it on the warning track. Side is retired. So Potts able to pitch around the leadoff single. We head to the 7th. 3-2 Western Michigan leading Northern Illinois. Firestone Stadium, downtown Akron, top of the 7th inning. And the 6th seed, Western Michigan, leading the 2 seed. 3-2, top of the order, due up for the Broncos. Bella Duncan takes ball 1. Duncan 0 for 3, popped out foul territory to the first baseman, flew out to center, popped out to the third baseman. Mackin delivers right at the third baseman, lines out.
Well, Estrada hit one on the screws, was retired in the line out to center, and then Duncan hits one hard as well. Right now, you really feel like you need some insurance. You have Ramage, who had a hot shot double due up in the bottom of the 7th to start. But who else would you rather want to find some insurance than the woman at the plate?
Yeah, Ty hit a home run her last at bat. Outside corner, strike 1. Flew out to the center fielder, fouled out to the first baseman, and homered over the left center field wall. 1-1. Taylor Mackin has been pretty good in relief of Maddie Carlson.
Different look.
2-1.
Got herself into a little bit of trouble last inning, but was able to locate when she needed to. I would be a little bit careful here, considering you have the bases empty and a home run hitter in Ty. And that's where I think she's going. The Western dugout, Marley Wilson told us we're at our best when we're loud, we're obnoxious, we're having fun.
And we see the Bronco on the stick.
Yeah, you know.
3-1 the count.
They were screaming after their win yesterday over Miami, ain't no party like a Bronco party.
I'll take their word for it. Full count to Caitlin Ty. Right back up the middle, base hit. And you see Ty with the fist pump. Second hit of the ball game, and a 1-out base hit.
Just missed the glove of Taylor Mackin.
Jordan Smith has been on base 2 out of 3 times. Walked and scored in the first, singled in the third, and popped out to the first baseman, her last at bat in the 5th. Ball 1.
Jordan Smith getting her opportunity, second year with Western Michigan, 11 homers, 29 ribbies last season. Has really broken out in her senior year.
Ty with good speed at first. 2-0 the count.
And Smith is trying to make sure her team holds on, because if they don't, they will face her former team. Jordan Smith began her career in the MAC at Central Michigan. Her first 2 years and only had 1 at-bat. Came to Western, got an opportunity, has cashed in.
Hard hit, Powell fields it, throws to second, out! What a play in the hole by Alana Powell.
I think they're going to look at this.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to be safe by the naked eye, unless her foot was up when she slid in.
I thought the same thing.
Oh, she's
And
out.
it is.
Wow.
She is out. That is a heck of a play by Alana Powell, the shortstop, in the hole. I'm with you. I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
but the foot is absolutely in the air, and
Yeah.
you could see the second base umpire was right on it.
Yeah, we've
He
had a
was
couple of slides
right.
today. Didn't come back to bite Delaney Jenkinson of Akron, where she comes up short on the slide, and it looks like she's easily going to beat the throw, but it's going to be challenged, and I think they're just going to confirm the call. And like you said, Powell, backhand, one of the better defensive shortstops in the league, makes the play, and big to cut down the lead runner.
And that didn't take very long.
Good little stretch by Turner, too.
That's an outstanding play by Alana Powell. The thing that gets overlooked is the footwork that you need to do that, because you have to feel that, and it was a backhand, and she's able to flip her hips and in one motion get rid of it, and it had to be on target and a BB, and it was.
Especially with a quick runner like Ty, it takes a little bit of a risk. Smith, the slower of the two compared to Ty, she goes to second instead.
Strike one to Emily Lampella. Lampella 2 for 3, doubled in the first, drove in a run, singled in the third, drove in a run, grounded out to the third baseman. Off the plate inside, 1-1. Two and one to count. Up the middle, fielded by Turner, steps on second, side is retired. We head to the bottom of the seventh. Northern Illinois needs a run. They trail 3-2. Championship tournament. Northern Illinois, the 2 seed, down a run. Bottom of the seventh. Katie Ramage takes ball one from Hannah Potts. Ramage singled in the third, doubled and scored in the fifth.
It's the person you want up to start the inning if you're NIU.
2-0.
Do have some action. You know, if Potts gets into some trouble, you got to turn quickly. We're talking about having rest till tomorrow or playing right after this.
3-0.
A lot of 3-0 counts lately for Potts. She's kind of lost that strike zone a little bit. Got behind Ramage 3-0 last time as well.
3-1.
Done a good job locating over the heart of the plate, and this is the exact same situation against Ramage last time. She went rise ball, ended up center of the plate, left center field for an RBI double for Ramage last time.
Ball four. Only the second walk that Potts has issued, and it's a leadoff walk here in the 7th. Mia Marrera.
Line drive single to left last time up is, I think they're talking about whether they should lay one down or not, considering Marrera had a good swing last time, but she did lay down a successful sacrifice that was a close play, well executed by the Western defense.
Well, they've already pinch hit and re-entered Leah Nance, so you cannot re-enter her if you pinch hit her. That's the 9-hole hitter. As you mentioned, Marrera singled last at bat, got down a bunt as well. Bunts it, it's a good one. Herman fields it, they get the out at first.
That's a great job by Herman. She just took charge of the play, hair on fire, threw a strike to first. Well done. Looked like there was some indecisiveness between everyone else. Someone's got to take charge, and she did.
So it looks like Nance will be pinch hit for. Ava Falcone is who they're going to bring to the plate. Left-handed hitter. Tying run in scoring position with just one out.
Freshman from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, 17th at bat, has 4 hits on her career, 3 RBIs, 1 extra base hit.
Potts delivers, ball 1.
What a big spot for your freshman who hasn't had a hit since April 14th.
Swings through it. Falcone can't catch up to Potts. 1-1.
The good thing is for NIU, if Falcone's unable to come through, and for NIU's sake, you hope she does, you have your leadoff hitter Turner that'll get a chance.
Top of the order behind her. 2-1.
And if you're Potts here, it's a hitter that hasn't had a ton of opportunities. You want to prove it to her that she can catch up with it.
Three and 1. Gets the outside corner, count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
For Potts, I think you got a challenger here.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. So 2 walks around a sac bunt. And now, tying run at second, potential winning run at first.
The only silver lining to this is we'll get another conference on the mound. Seems like it's been happening every inning that Potts has gotten in trouble. As both teams very deliberate how they're going about things right now. Is that Turner is not a home run hitter. but certainly has the capability with Ramage speed at second to tie the game with a base hit. Potts has been away to Turner, and that strategy has worked. Turner, one of the better leadoff hitters the last few years in the MAC, is 0 for 3. I think you stick with that strategy because if you get it on the ground to the left side, you can step on the bag, get a force at third. A lot on the line here. You're talking about moving into the winner's bracket with an opportunity to go to the final, or
coming right back.
Demoralizing almost, coming back, and your rival who's fresh, hasn't played in almost 24 hours, trying to beat you.
Potts delivers to Turner. Outside ball one.
Away.
Jenna Turner grounded out to the shortstop, grounded out to the pitcher, flew out to left field, 0 for 3. And
if you're Ohio, you're kind of sitting on pins and needles here. Got to be ready either way.
The 2-0. That one gets the corner, 2-1.
Consistently throwing strikes is, what do we got here?
Could be a pinch runner. Ali Rodriguez will pinch run for Falcone, who pinch hit. Foul ball. Was hooking kind of that way from the beginning.
Yeah.
Or slicing, as the case may be.
You're a Bronco fan, you held your breath there, but now because of the pinch runner Rodriguez, anything that gets to the gap,
yep,
they do have to hold if it hangs up a little bit because there's one out, but it could very well end this.
2-2 now the count. Potts delivers. Fouled away. It will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Be interesting if it turns over to Hannah, who's Western has used the 5 infielder tactic if they go with another pinch hitter.
Up the middle, knocked down by Ty, but the run is going to score to tie the game as Ramage hustling the whole way, and now the winning run just 60 feet away.
Got a piece of it up the middle. Ty's playing more toward third. Too tough of a play. Heads up, base running, advancing on the throw. Someone's probably got to cut that off. But now you have the winning run at third, and really you just have to put it in play. And now you don't want to pinch hit at all because you have a contact hitter in Hannah at the plate. And now Western has to decide, what are we going to do here? I would assume, definitely, because you want to cut down the runner at home, you're going to go with that 5 infielder tactic again. And also,
yeah, you know,
I think it's
well,
going to be
if you're
tough.
thinking Phil first base, bad idea.
No.
Because Danielle Stewart, top hitter in the league.
I don't think you want to get to Stewart either, but it's likely going to have to be that way. It'll be a really tough time doubling anyone up here. It'd have to be some type of line drive or maybe a sac fly. You throw them out at the plate. But I think she's going to get an opportunity if Hannah doesn't end it.
Yeah, but you can't just put her on because then a fly ball wins it. Well, I suppose you could, but.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe you're thinking you do. If you get behind, you get a force at home if you can get a ground ball. But Stewart is one of the better players in the league at elevating pitches.
All right, I have all kinds of defensive adjustments
So
here.
Jordan Smith is out. Haley Smith is in. So really, they move Bella Duncan to first.
3-3. We're all tied up. Just one out. 7th inning. The second seed Northern Illinois trailed all of the game. Just tied it up with the base hit by Jenna Turner. And now they can win it. So there is no second. Well, the second baseman is playing short right. Ball one.
Tough miss there for Potts. They're going to let her try and finish this out. I would think with less than 2 outs, Rodriguez, if it's hit to the left side, is going to hold.
Bounced. They get her out at the plate. What a play defensively by Ty. And I mean, that was like an inside fastball that she caught and tagged her out.
And they're going to talk about something. Are they going to challenge it? Was she blocking the plate?
No.
She's out. I mean, I think she gets her on the back there.
She was in front of the plate.
So they're going to challenge this. Obviously, if it's overturned, the game is over. But like you said, what a play by Caitlin Ty. She has to flip her hips there to her glove side.
Well, and she's just got to throw it on the inside corner of the plate and trust that head's going to be there, and it worked. She was not blocking the third baseline, which would constitute blocking the plate. She was in front of the plate.
Now if this call stands, I'll post something to you. So we'll take a look at this. Oh, this is a great look. Oh, I think she got her there on the back. Or did she get her ponytail?
I think she got her in the back.
That's another good look.
But she's moving with the ball coming, so she's not blocking the plate.
It's going to be tough to overturn if they called her out.
Oh, maybe maybe they're saying she did not get her on the back. She got her on the foot.
Well, the next strategy thing is Western Michigan, you're planning this stance, although it would load the bases.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think you have to do it. You can't let her beat you.
No.
Even if you know it makes Potts have to throw in the strike zone.
That would only be the second out of the inning, so a fly ball beats you.
And then also you have a force at every base if it's a tough ground ball and you can just go to a bag, especially if it's toward the third or first base side.
So this one critical. The calling on the field was out.
Let's see, this could end it.
She's out.
And she is out. That is one heck. You're not going to see a better defensive play than Caitlin Ty just made.
So sent to extras. I mean, that was something. But you still have the game-winning run at third, and now I think you got to stay away from Stewart. You've gotten her twice. Estrada did hit it hard last time.
Yeah, but Stewart is number one. She doesn't strike out, so remove that from the equation. It's 9 strikeouts and 130 at bats. She will hit the ball to the out. She will hit the ball hard somewhere, and that will probably end the game. So I absolutely will.
And they're going to switch pitchers. Wow. They're going to go with Fazzini, who came in yesterday at the end of the game, just as a different look. And by switching pitchers, it kind of makes me think they're going to pitch to Stewart.
There are 2 outs, so I get that.
.457 ERA, 33 2/3. Came in for 2/3 of an inning to go against Miami yesterday. Only 4 strikeouts, so Western Michigan's defense is likely going to have to make a play, and what a spot to come into. intentional walker.
Walker, yeah. I'm looking at Bella Duncan, who's playing about 30 feet away from home plate, and I'm like, Bella, you really don't want to do that with D.D. Stewart at the plate.
Just in case she maybe tries and lays down a bunt, but
it might be more so if the ball gets away from the catcher on the intentional walk.
Herman's back at third. You understand why?
Well, yeah.
And I know there's some NIU fans booing. This is the right decision based on the numbers.
So they do walk Stewart.
Well, if it gets to extras, you got Lampella, Niles, and O'Brien due up, but Kayla Estrada 0 for 2 with a walk. Hit it on the screws last time to center field. They're playing her pretty deep, forcing any base. Got drama here.
Ball 1.
That's the only problem, is that it puts pressure on Fazzini to locate. No place to put her now. Your Estrada, you really haven't seen her much.
Fazzini, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 from Fazzini. 2-1.
Massive pitch. She had to have it, right? Estrada's probably taking it until she sees one.
Yep.
But that's middle in. It's a good pitch to hit if she throws that again.
Fazzini delivers. Estrada, 3-1.
Is she aggressive is the question.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, man. Oh, man. It's a very similar pitch. This place is buzzing.
Full count, tie game, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, bases loaded. Fazzini, ground ball, tie, side retired. We head to extra innings. Fazzini gets the ground out to continue the game. Tied at 3, we head to the 8th. Stadium. Extra innings, top of the 8th, as Northern Illinois tied it in the bottom of the 7th. Niles, O'Brien, and Head due up for Western Michigan. Outside ball 1. Niles grounded out to the third baseman in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the third, singled in the sixth. 2-0.
Western starting to get a little bit of a better look at Mackin. You're starting to get the second time through. Can they capitalize?
And the Huskies do have activity in their bullpen as well. 3-0.
A lot of different arms Northern can go to. Of course, you can re-enter as well.
3-1.
Base hit last time. A little bit of a jam shot toward right center field for Niles.
Ball 4, leadoff walk.
I do want to say, Casey Fazzini, you're down 3-1. You locate a little bit farther in the inside corner. And Caitlin Ty, I mean, has done it with the bat. Couple hits, home run. Defensively, also, it seems like a routine ground ball. In a big spot like that, there's three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, right? Fazzini puts it over the plate, but to just not panic with your feet and just make it look as routine as it is in a pressure situation, that's awesome stuff from the Broncos.
Riley O'Brien shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1. Swinging away. Fair ball. And it ends up as a double down the first base line by Riley O'Brien. Second and third.
And they're going to talk about this.
They're going to challenge it.
I think it hit the bag, but which bag did it hit? I'm almost certain it hit a bag, but if it hits that orange bag, it's foul. But if it hits the white bag, it's obviously fair. We're going to look at it. Oh, the first base coach prevents this. Oh, I think that's fair. It doesn't hit a bag at all. Now, I know Western's first base coach is in front of it, but where does that first one land? Because by that look right along the first baseline, it seemed directly over the bag. This is the look I'm talking about. Was that foul right there?
I don't know.
And you can't tell.
No, you can't tell because
if you switch the angle, whether that's over the white bag or the orange bag.
But if it hits on the foul line, it's fair ball. The line is fair.
It's the look where the ball bounced before it goes over the 2 bags. I think that clipped the line.
We're slightly up the first base line. Naked eye, I thought it might have been foul. But
again, the call on the field's fair. So I think that last hit, when the ball last hit the ground before the bag, I think it clipped the line. But that doesn't rule it fair because it hasn't reached the bag yet. And then when it went over the bag.
Right, it's where it goes over the base.
The problem with all this is that the first base umpire did not have a clear call right away. He did not motion fair
or foul. Right.
He kind of just sat there and waiting. Now, Leah Nance hustled over to the ball in right field. It wasn't anything like she wasn't ready, but there was a little bit of confusion there, even for Riley O'Brien, who slowed up a little bit. It's a massive call.
So the review, here they come out of the office where the review takes place, and let's see what the call is. So it stands as a fair ball and a double, so runners at second and third, nobody out.
NIU fans unhappy. I just don't think there's enough to turn that call. Like, if it's called fair in the field, it's not indisputable evidence, and now chance to drive a couple in for Tristan Head.
So Head has struck out in her previous 2 appearances, was pinch hit for, and re-entered. So really good defensive catcher there. You pinch run or do anything with her, she can't re-enter again. Ball 1. Nice play defensively, and then they throw it, or mishandle the throw. Bases loaded. It's fielder's choice, and the bases end up loaded.
That is, honestly, it worked out for Niles. I think she wasn't supposed to go, and then she saw the ball get a little bit off the bag from Morera, so she thinks about going. Overall, that little stunt right there probably saves it out because they probably get Head at first, and now we're going to get a pinch hitter.
Yep. Jinzenko will pinch hit. Janesco in a big spot here. Bases loaded, nobody out, 3-3 tie. Strike 1 to Janesco.
Last time she had a hit, March 13th. 10 hits on her career, the freshman, Lockport Township High School.
Straight away, fairly deep is the way the outfield plays her. Turned on that. Foul ball, good swing at it. Mackin ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on the pinch hitter Janesco, 1 and 2. Fouled away again. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Had a 3-hit game earlier this year, back on February 21st against Butler. Did get an at-bat in the regular season finale series against Kent State.
Mackin delivers. Ground ball. Powell coming home, throws it away. Second run coming. She scores as well. O'Brien with the hustle to score on the ball that was put in play by Janesco. 5-3.
Think that's got to go as an E6. Powell does the right thing, tries to get the force at home, but it's a poor throw. Janesco puts the ball in play. You want to force the defense to make a play, and Powell spikes it. Does not have much balance. She's coming all the way forward, then heads up by O'Brien, taken home, and then you also have Head taken off for third.
Good aggressive base running, so it's first and third, nobody out. And we're going to get a pitching change for Northern Illinois. Lily Castle will step into the circle.
That'll go as a fielder's choice and an E6.
Castle, a local kid, went to Keystone High School, west side of Cleveland, won a state championship on this field.
from LaGrange, Ohio, like you mentioned. Did pitch 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts.
So Megan Malarczyk will be the batter, and Singleton scored in the 3rd and has struck out in both the 5th and 6th innings.
Castle, 6.09 ERA, 34 walks, 32 strikeouts. Did pitch against Western Michigan, though, and threw a complete game and a 2-1 win. Only complete game she's had this year. One of 18 that she has in her career, had 11 last year. 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Gave up a couple triples, but did not surrender a home run. She's given up 13 homers this year. Opponents are hitting .351.
There you go with your Bronco party.
I told you, I wasn't lying. They're having a lot of fun now. They got a 2-run lead. They got nobody out, and it's amazing how things can turn. You're a ball away from coming back and have a rival where their opposing coach is 14-3 against Western Michigan.
Castle delivers. The bunt gets down. Nice job. And another run scores on the suicide squeeze. Great hustle. And they're going to move up 60 feet each. 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. That's a nice bunt by Malarczyk.
So it's gave Miami problems and another good bunt by Malarczyk. It's given NIU problems. Making short plays on the infield when there's a bunch of runners on base. It's been more often than not successful in this tournament when hitters have laid down bunts and there is a runner at 3rd coming home.
3 runs in the inning. Now 6-3. Still nobody out. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. And Duncan hits one to left. Runner will tag at 3rd. 4-run score. Runner moves up to 3rd. 7-3. The little things right there.
Oh, yeah.
That'll bring Caitlin Ty to the plate. Now a 7-3 lead for the Broncos. Check swing.
She's likely to knock in another one. Both of these teams and pitching staffs have done a great job avoiding the big inning until it happens. Do up for NIU is going to be Hartman, Powell, and Ramage.
In the air. And a nice job by Ramage to hold the runner at 3rd for the 2nd out.
8th hitter now to come to the plate for Western Michigan.
Jordan Smith. There's really only been 2 hits and a walk, and then error, fielder's choice. Couple of ill-timed throws. Just not sharp fundamentally.
No, not clean. Made the double by O'Brien, but Head put it in play. Had these 6, scored a couple.
Smith in the air to left, going back. Hannah off the wall. Run will score, and it'll end up being another double for Jordan Smith.
Thought that one might have a chance. Sometimes you elevate, and Western Michigan, you elevate, you celebrate. 5-run, top of the 8th. Up in the zone, got a hold of one. Wind's blowing out a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of mistimed there. You're unsure of how much room you have out there if you're Hannah.
Lampella Morera grabs it to end the inning. But 5 runs for Western Michigan in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 8-3, Broncos leading. Stone Stadium, bottom of the 8th, and the Huskies offense has some work to do. Down 8-3, Riley Hartman. Ball 1 from Casey Fazzini.
If you're Fazzini here, you just got to throw strikes. You
Yep.
have all the support in the world. 5 runs. But how a rally starts is if you're unable to hit the strike zone, then it takes one big hit. Pressure starts to mount on you.
Fazzini's 2-0. 2-1.
Boy, would this be a story if the 6th seed Western Michigan is able to get to an opportunity tomorrow to play the 1 seed Akron and go to championship Saturday.
Good off-speed pitch. Ramage swings through it.
And it's crazy because lost the last game of the regular season to Kent State in a funky ending. Walk-off home run. Coming to this tournament looking like one of the better teams.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Fazzini gets the strikeout to start the 8th inning.
The thing for Northern Illinois, unless they're able to mount a major comeback here with 2 outs to go, is that just take a look at this pitch, outer half, tailing away, beautiful pitch. Nice job by Head holding on to it, is that they will not have to play. It'll be Central Michigan and Ohio. They will play the winner of the next game, Central Michigan and likely Ohio, the second game tomorrow, whereas Western Michigan would play Akron in our first game of day 3.
Yeah, an elimination game to follow as the 3rd game of the day. Fazzini delivers. Count evens at a ball and a strike. 1 out in the 8th. Two and 1.
Would be a really brutal break for NIU. I mean, they didn't make enough plays defensively in the top half of that inning and had the opportunities to win it. It's another nice off-speed pitch from Fazzini.
2-2. Yeah, they had a couple of cracks that went
right
in
there
the bottom
for
of the 7th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good speed in the base pass too. But credit Western's defense. They made the plays in the infield, and then the top of the inning, the Huskies were unable to.
The 2-2. Powell swings through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Fazzini.
She has 4 strikeouts all year coming into this appearance. She has back-to-back Ks. So a third of her Ks all season long have come in the last 5 minutes.
Katie Ramage takes strike one. Huskies now down to their final out. In the dirt, 1-1. Ramage swings through it. Fazzini now ahead. 1-2, and the 6th seed 1 strike away from advancing to the winner's bracket final against top seed Akron. That one in the dirt, 2-2. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Have not put away Ramage yet. Walked, 2 runs scored in her last 2 times to the plate. 2 hits as well.
Payoff pitch. Contact, Fazzini fields it. Glove flip, but Ramage beats it out. That'll bring Mia Marrero to the plate.
Fazzini's still doing a good job with the off-speed in the outer half of the plate to righties, inducing some soft contact, and you don't worry about Ramage over at first. Marrero, a couple of sack bunts, but does have a single.
Fazzini off the plate outside.
First baseman Jordan Smith pretty adamant. She wanted that one to be a strike. Also a catcher a little bit herself. Appreciating the frame job.
Swing and a miss by Marrero. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Good off-speed pitch again. Changing speeds.
She is, and I think it's a team that doesn't strike out a lot, but all of a sudden you get down 5. You're in extra innings. You feel the desperation right now.
Outside corner, 1-2. Marrero trying to extend it. Fazzini, strike 3. And Western Michigan advances with a huge 8th inning. They will face Akron in the winner's bracket final, 8-3. They defeat Northern Illinois in 8 innings. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. Other side of the break, we will wrap things up as Western Michigan moving on with an 8-3 win over Northern Illinois. Michigan an impressive win, 8-3 in 8 innings over Northern Illinois. They advance. Let's head down to the field. Dane Richardson has Caitlin tied. Dane?
Caitlin, you guys get the win 2-0 in this tournament. You hit another home run, but take me through those defensive plays and how you got it done there in the 7th.
I just really wanted to provide for my team. We work our butts off every single day, and just knowing that they're putting in the same amount of work that I am, I just want to have their back always.
You guys were the underdog, the 6th seed coming into this tournament. How good does it feel to have a chance to go to the championship tomorrow?
I don't think our seed defines us whatsoever. I knew we were good, and we always are going to be good. So just seeing that the seed isn't defining us in this tournament is definitely propelling our motivation. Thank you so much.
Dave, back to you.
All right, again, Western Michigan, 8-3. They defeat the 2nd seed Northern Illinois in 8 innings. So long from Firestone Stadium. I'm Dave Bacon. Congratulations to the Broncos. 8-3, they win it over Northern Illinois in 8 innings. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. It's been a presentation of ESPN.